Lords of the Fallen Unreal Technical Showcase. Halo is the best.
Welcome
good
to the
joke.
Lords of the Fallen Technical Showcase. Here at Hexworks, our goal has always been to create the most immersive game experience possible.
I hope they pull this game off.
Today, we're journeying to Skyrest Bridge, one of the game's early locations, to demonstrate just some of the impressive ways Unreal Engine 5's state-of-the-art technologies have helped us deliver on this ambitious vision for our upcoming action RPG. We want players to feel fully immersed in our world by playing as their own unique virtual persona. To achieve this, we've used a combination of technologies, including 3D scans of real people and UE5's own character customization tech.
Oh, shit.
Players can create unique faces and bodies by dynamically morphing between a huge range of shapes before finessing the finer details. Our extensive selection of armor sets seamlessly adapt to whatever shape the player chooses.
I mean, we've seen other
Really
games do
important to
this.
us that we represent as wide a proportion of our audience
Right.
as possible. Being able to customize your hero in Lords of the Fallen is
Oh,
only the beginning.
damn.
Each and every one of our characters is incredibly detailed, using high-resolution textures.
Yo.
Get up close to any surface in the game, like this tunic for example, and detailed texturing provides incredible levels of micro-detail.
It's a cool video.
How these objects move and behave is also crucial for player immersion. UE5's Chaos Physics engine facilitates advanced simulations for clothes, chains, hair, belts, and a whole lot more. This helps to substantially enhance the secondary motion in all our characters, making their
Nice.
movements look much more lifelike. The lighting in Lords of the Fallen takes full advantage of Unreal's brand new Lumen GI. We've been able to
Damn.
light our complex environments
looks
in real
beautiful.
time, meaning we can immediately see the effect of a light bounce, for example, without waiting for the traditional slow baking processes. Watch how the lighting reacts as we move our light source.
Bro, this is
around
literally the
environment.
best Lords of the Fallen video they've
Global
shown of the
illumination
game.
like this can be quite demanding on processing, so we also make use of emissive shapes to add additional details to the lighting of any space. We can then fine-tune these light bounces on our nanite meshes, providing our world with impressive levels of detail and minimal impact on performance. Perhaps the most important element of Lords of the Fallen is the ability to travel between two worlds: the realm of the living, Axiom, and the realm of the dead, Umbral. We've created our own custom toolset within UE5 that allows us to intricately craft these two environments side by side and seamlessly swap between them. This means our artists and designers can ensure these worlds feel intrinsically linked.
Yeah, this is a
like
great,
two
great
sides
video.
of the same coin, even if one side is decidedly more horrific than the other.
This makes Lords of the Fallen. This
On behalf
makes it
of
look like they
Hexworks,
actually might
thanks
pull
for
it off.
watching today's brief tech presentation.
Wow.
The twin realms of Umbral and Axiom await fearless adventurers later this year when Lords of the Fallen launches on PC and current gen consoles.
Hey, yo, just now we just need to hope that the combat's good. I'm sold on the world. I'm sold on the style, the aesthetic. Now just fucking pull the combat off. Because the first game's combat was so bad. Oh, this has this super potential. Cool video. But yeah, we'll see.
Last year, we added several new features to the engine to support foliage rendering, and the Fortnite team used those features to ship Battle Royale Chapter 4. At the same time, Jacob over there and the team at Quixel were experimenting with
Oh,
what's
yeah,
possible
Quixel.
for photoreal foliage environments, as well as testing out the latest functionality that we've been building for Unreal Engine. So, Jacob's here with us today in the Unreal Editor. Let's explore the environment. And what better way to do that than off-roading? And what better way to off-road than in a Rivian R1T?
Yeah, I've seen some of those Rivians. I think they're kind of
Now,
ugly.
Rivian uses Unreal to power their instrument cluster, including 3D visualization of their vehicles. So we worked with them to bring the R1T to life in this experience. Let's head on out, Jacob.
Really?
Sure thing, on my way.
All right.
Oh my god, look
we're
at the
building
fucking...
tools for
Holy
interactive
shit.
and dynamic worlds. So here we have chaos physics simulating rocks that tumble as we drive over them.
Oh my
Leaves
god.
bend out of the way. And we also added some real-time fluid simulation.
God
We
damn.
worked with the team at Rivian to set up Unreal's chaos vehicle model to simulate the suspension of the truck and how the electric motors drive each individual wheel.
This reminds me of spin tires on crack.
Tires compress and deform, and meta sounds enabled the team to precisely resynthesize the sounds of the electric motors and mix them with the ambisonics of the jungle. So Rivian provided us with a highly detailed model of the truck, about 71 million polygons that we're able to render in real time thanks to Nanite. Now the Rivian not only
Fucking
looks incredibly
Nanite vehicle.
realistic because of Lumen and Nanite, but also its materials. And today we're introducing Substrate, our new material framework.
Holy.
And to better demonstrate it, let's swap the paint out for Opal. Now, of course, you can't order a Rivian with Opal body panels, but Opal was the internal code name for this project, and also a really great demonstration of Substrate's capabilities.
Oh, that's kind of
The
crazy.
base layer models the iridescence, refraction, and reflections that occur inside of an opal. And on top of that is a layer representing the polished surface and how light is absorbed as it travels through that clear layer of varying depths. And now we can add back on the dust and dirt layers. And notice how the reflection changes when interacting with the dust layer, and that there are no artifacts along the transition from dirt to dust to opal. So Substrate is more expressive, enabling artists to create materials like this with different shading models and compose and layer those materials as they see fit. All right, let's head on out, Jacob.
On my way.
This looks fucking great,
In terms
man.
of performance, Substrate materials that are similar to the current Unreal Engine shading model cost about the same. But now, artists have the freedom to author more complex materials for extremely detailed use cases, like in cinematics and in film. So we're going to drive under this fallen tree
10
here,
FPS? I
and
don't think
everything
so.
that you've seen up to this point
I think
was
Unreal
painstakingly
Engine
hand-built by the environment team at Quixel. Everything since
is like
that
a
fallen
super
tree has
optimized
been
engine
built
to
using
work
our
with
brand
right off
new
the go.
experimental suite of procedural content generation tools. Entirely an engine that are flexible, deterministic, and artist-driven.
Literally,
Our guiding
Nanite
principle in building
and
these
Lumen,
systems was to empower artists to make tools for artists.
they make it
So
easier.
Jacob's gonna go ahead and add
I'm
a
assuming it makes
procedural
it
assembly
easier
to
on the
world.
fucking
And the cool
performance
thing
side of
is that it
things too.
communicates- Thank you.
On how your GPU and your CPU
Yeah,
process it.
pretty cool.
You still need like a decent computer. You know, if you have a piece of shit,
And the
no,
cool thing
obviously
is that
it's gonna run like
communicates
ass.
with other nearby procedural elements in the scene, like the creek bed. So let's say a designer comes by, wants to direct the player to drive to the left. Jacob can simply move the assembly to the right, and everything updates to accommodate that change.
That's insane.
Game design is iterative, so let's say the designer comes back, wants to give the player the choice of going left or right again. Jacob can simply move the assembly back over. Now, the artist
Holy.
who created this assembly also added some additional handles that Jacob can use to art direct where rock slides occur. Allows him to customize the piece a little bit more, make it a little easier for the Rivian to drive by. So we started by handcrafting that original part of the level to set the visuals and art direction for the entire piece, and then built out procedural tools that allowed the team to create a much larger play space much more quickly.
God damn, Jacob,
Now let's
relax.
see how we can use these procedural tools to make larger sweeping changes to the environment. So Jacob, let's start by removing some of the trees in this area.
Absolutely, that's easy enough actually.
All right, a little too much. Let's add some trees back in.
Okay.
And let's also add in some cliff formations, give it a little bit more variability.
Hey, yo,
The
yo,
procedural
survival
systems are all
devs.
deterministic,
Early
as
access
Jacob is
survival
experimenting with
devs
different
quivering.
input parameters. Once he finds a set that he likes, he can always go back to it and get out
Okay,
exactly the same
make us
result.
how you can eat and
And the
drink and
procedural
fucking make a
systems aren't
forest.
just placing trees and rocks, but
$15.
also fog cards, bugs, birds,
ChatGPT
everything that's
marketing
needed to
video
bring
for
this
hype.
environment to life.
Oh my god. Delete the VOD. That's a great idea. Holy shit. Hey, yeah, wait on. We gotta get on that right now. Wait a minute.
And everything that you've seen here works at scale. This environment is 4 kilometers by 4 kilometers. If we hide all of the procedural elements, we can see that original hand-built area about 200 meters by 200 meters. We believe that there will always be the need for hand-building environments, so we design these procedural systems to be tools for artists that work in concert.
How does AI in combat get designed into UE5?
Both Substrate and the new procedural tools will be available in experimental form in 5.
I already saw that Unity has like an AI plugin that someone already developed where you can tell Unity specific things to do. Like there's like a little prompt and you can just tell it and AI will go into Unity and do shit. Yeah, probably there's for Unreal, but it like just came out recently. I can't believe Hellblade actually had an update. I was wondering, these devs have been silent.
Sign, perf, cut, take 13.
It looks like she's in... This is Unreal Engine. Am I wrong? It looked like... I'm pretty sure this is.
I see through your darkness now. I see through your lies. I will show them how to see as I do. I will not appease your gods. I will destroy them.
Jesus. Alright, turn around so we can fight something.
Cut.
Oh, Metahuman.
Good? You like it?
Hey, turn around and fucking third person camera. I mean, yeah, that shit looks fucking crazy, dude. I wonder when that game's actually gonna come out. Lord's, Remnant 2 boss, the Mother Mind. All yours? Thank you. I will gladly take this one. Hey, where's the boss? Guy's got a lot of HP. Unless this boss is literally like a sequence of a bunch of mobs. Yeah, maybe it's like a bunch of mobs? Oh, never mind. Here we go. Uh-oh. I think you gotta shoot her pimples. Oh, just shoot the head. Mother Mind? I mean, yeah, it looks good. If you like the first game, you'll like this game. I mean, that's basically kind of how simple it is. You didn't play the first game and didn't find the first game interesting to buy it, I mean, you're not going to be interested in this one. The end. But review-wise and player base-wise, this is considered a good game. So now it just comes down to if you're in the fucking mood to play it. Never heard of it? Well, you gotta do a little research to find this game. It's kind of like a... It's not like, it's one of those games that isn't like a household name, you know? Remnant isn't on the same level as a Mario. You gotta kind of look around a little bit. You weren't here when it first dropped. It was free on... Oh, the first game was free on Epic? Oh, really? Yeah, it's kind of like a fucking... You gotta go to page 2. You don't just look at the top 3 trending games. You don't just play Madden and say you're a gamer. You're not gonna see that one. Top 10 gaming prize pools. I mean, isn't Dota 2 gonna win this shit? January 2000, StarCraft, Good Times, Quake 3 Arena. Sag, Age of Empires 2. The love was there. And now Counter-Strike's gonna come and just shit on everything. Of course. StarCraft's gonna stay consistent. Oh wow, it didn't shit on everything as fast as I thought it was gonna. Let's get in there, let's get in there. Age is strong. Return to Castle Wolfenstein, dude. It would be fun to play a multiplayer Wolfenstein game, just like old school Wolfenstein with that type of movement and shooting. That'd be fun. I used to play the shit out of that. All right, Counter-Strike poppin', Quake, you know, consistent. StarCraft getting even more popular. Warcraft 3, of course. Counter-Strike was just more enjoyable to watch than Quake 3 Arena. Painkiller? What the hell? Who is a Painkiller esports? The fuck happened here? Why is this shit climbing? What? Oh, Halo 2 I think is gonna pop off, but it's not gonna be as big as CS. Counter-Strike, and this is Counter-Strike just fucking growing at a rapid pace, and then it's gonna slow down. Actually, no, Counter-Strike, if they don't make like a CSGO, is this Counter-Strike just in general? 1.6 Source Go? Yeah, Counter-Strike's gonna be on top for sure. This is all time. It just keeps accumulating. Oh wait, no, CS Source is its own. That's only 1.6. Damn, I thought Halo 2 was bigger on that. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure 1.6 esports was bigger than Source's esports ever was. Source was a bit controversial. Warcraft and StarCraft both fucking pogging off. WoW, I don't think WoW esports, I don't think they made that much. There was a scene for arenas, but I don't think the prize pools were ever that crazy. If anything, it was BlizzCon. Halo 3 beat Halo 2? That makes sense, right? I'm pretty sure Halo 3 is when Halo esports peaked. How big did StarCraft 2 get? StarCraft 2 dominated. This is when Twitch came out. Maybe after a year. And then Dota 2 is gonna fucking spike, but not for a while. Yeah, StarCraft, goddamn. Okay. Okay. League is gonna fucking spike rapidly, of course. Goddamn. Damn, StarCraft 2 did really good. That must be awesome, especially because StarCraft 2 was all about 1v1s. So it was one guy getting a fuck ton of money. That's the thrill of StarCraft. That's why the SF6 tournament's gonna be kind of cool, because it's gonna be one guy winning $1 million. Holy shit! I didn't know SC2 was that crazy. And then boom, Dota. Holy fuck! That's when they released the community putting in money, right? Oh my god, Sag. Basically when 1.6 died. Esports related. Yeah, isn't that's when the compendium came out. God damn. I'm surprised League didn't copy them. I mean, who gives a fuck? It was successful. If it works, copy them. If League did that, oh holy shit. Damn, CS:GO passed League. Wow. These are still the behemoths of today. Still the behemoths. Even Overwatch is like, hi, and then they're gonna peak. This is, it's not gonna change from this. This is consistent. League might pass Counter-Strike. Oh wait, I forgot about Fortnite. Well, Fortnite esports peaked, but there was so much money in Fortnite. So, where did it stop? Arguable the same thing about Fortnite. One guy wins a shit ton. Fortnite beat League. Damn, League lowballs the esports, huh? 2019. Fortnite dropped off. League would have beat Fortnite because Fortnite definitely drops off. League is just consistent. CSGO is consistent. Dota 2, insane. Insane. I'm surprised Heroes of the Storm had 25 million in fucking esports. That's very surprising. Who the hell? I will say though, Heroes of the Storm was kind of fun. I actually enjoyed playing the game a little bit. It's just every time you played it, nobody played it. I don't think anybody plays it anymore. Yeah, HOTS was underrated. Just because the mobile loop was different. They tried something different, you know? Instead of just doing the same shit. Witchfire gameplay presentation.
Hi, my name is Karol Krok and I'm a designer at The Astronauts. In this video, I want to show you how spells work in Witchfire. The first thing to know is that we have two types of spells in the game. Light spells are quick, easy to execute and cost relatively small amount of stamina. Heavy spells, as you can imagine, are slower to execute, and it takes longer for our Witch Hunter to regenerate before he can use one again. The heavy spell we are seeing here is a cursed phantom bell that you can ring up to 3 times with your bullets. Ringing the bell stuns all nearby minor enemies, and if repeated properly, it can stun even major enemies.
That's kind of cool.
The second thing to know about spells in Witchfire is that most of them are based on 4 core elements: water, earth, fire, and air. Each element has its own unique property. For example, enemies set on fire receive more damage. On top of that, elements interact with each other in intuitive ways. Here, I attack an enemy with Shock Light spell. The damage and the element spread to other nearby enemies. Now, I'll do the same thing again, but let me set enemy on fire with my shotgun. And now, there. As you can see, the bolts affecting nearby enemies were more powerful, and that is because the source enemy was burning, receiving more damage from my bullets.
This is kind of sick, actually.
And
This is one of the cooler trailers for this game.
In Witchfire, spells are as important in the player arsenal as his weapons, and using both is the key to survival in the land of the witch. Thank you for watching, and do usłyszenia.
I wonder when this game's actually gonna come out. Oh, early access soon. That game's been under development for so fucking long. I swear to God. I remember seeing when it was first, like a concept, and I mean, shit, we'll see. Lego 2K Drive.
Hello, Bricklandia! I'm Vicky Wheeler.
And I'm Parker Carr. Today's top story.
You driving fast. Really, really fast.
Whoa.
You build stuff.
You break stuff.
And you want this, the Sky Trophy.
But there's a villain in your way.
Shadow Z.
That's me, Shadow Z.
All right, Z, hit the bricks.
Yo, tell me this is online.
Ex-big shot driver who trains rookie racers. So let's go.
Come on.
Something's happening. It's robots.
Don't stop. Keep smashing.
I mean, damn, it looks pretty good though.
This just in, there's even more. Quests, minigame, challenges, split screen, multiplayer, epic rival, wildlife, alien raids, high-speed chases, livestock and law, big eggs, bigger donuts, talking horses, skelematron, geyser flying, blue pigs, pretty crystals, kitties, shopping, jetpacks, zombies, brick bugs, spiders, power-ups, drifting, and clowns. Holy bricks, that's a lot.
A Lego Mario Kart game with Wreckfest destruction. Make it happen.
What do you say, Hotshot? Are you ready for greatness?
I mean, shit, that looks like it's pretty solid. Damn. Okay. Oof, this is a nice-ass background. Sheesh. It's a good-ass background right there, man. Damn. I like that one. I like that one. That one's fucking beautiful. It's got kind of a vibe, you know? What is this one? Abstract? Nah, this one's too basic. Nah. Nah. Chill out beach. Oof, we at the beach. Hold on. No. It's too, no. What about, this one? Multiverse? Is this like some Marvel shit? Oh, that actually looks kind of sick. I actually like this one a lot. Oh, that's awesome, actually. Man, it sucks if you didn't like Diablo. That shit was fun, man. That shit was fun, dude. I want more, bro. I want more. Maybe I need to play some PoE. I don't know if it will scratch the same itch, though. Over 1 million people got to level 20 or higher. I mean, shit, that's a lot of people, dude. That means that, I mean, 1 million people who pre-ordered got to level 20 or higher. Shit. They talk about dungeons here. Oh, wait, they already did? The fuck? Really? When was this? March 21st. That's today. Beta has become a twisted word. Blizzard responds to Diablo 4 early access feedback. Really? More than 1 million people crashed into the D4 early access beta over the weekend, myself included. I hopped on a train to London yesterday to talk to Blizzard about how it went. I spoke to Diablo general manager Rod Ferguson and Diablo 4 game director Joe Shelley. I mean, those are the dudes who are usually always in the live streams they do, so yeah. We talked about the queues, which were a particular problem on the opening Friday. I mean, I wonder if... I mean, I guess you can't deny they fixed the queue really fast. I don't think it was a matter of not many people playing the beta. I think they actually scaled up super fast. Instead of it being bogged down for like 2 days of people stuck in like hour-long queues. So, I mean, shit. That's why no one's talking about the queue too much anymore, because, you know, that would have been the main topic. We talked about whether any of the classes will be rebalanced. We talked about the surprise butcher ambushes. That guy never found me. We talked about couch co-op and why it's not available on PC. Okay. Oh, here we go. Do you have a metric for success for this weekend? Something in particular that you were looking at? And if you did have one, did you meet it? Part of it is the number of players. Beta has been a twisted word that has become marketing beta, which means demo. And for us, this was a true beta because we want to be able to test that load and what does it mean to get a lot of players in. And Friday was a little bumpy because of that, but the way that we looked at it, it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. It is a true beta, but it was also a marketing beta because people who looked at the game were probably like, fuck, I'm going to pre-order now. That looks kind of cool. And Friday was a little bumpy because of that, but the way that we looked at it is the issue we find now are issues that will be a lot smoother at launch. And so this weekend was to prepare for next weekend, and next weekend prepares for launch. We ended up doing 6 really big hotfixes and fixed dozens of issues, so we saw server stability come back up and the queues went down. And so we're feeling really good about the particular aspect. I mean, yeah, you can't deny. I mean, shit, they pulled that off. But, you know, you have AA games that have a shit ton of players at launch that have no server issues. So you expect it of the AAA game. So it's kind of like you did what was expected of you. So we had goals around how many people were going to be playing because we really wanted to test the servers, and so we've exceeded the number of players we thought we were going to get. Okay, how many people were playing? I don't have the final numbers, but well over 1 million people were playing this weekend. This one had restriction. Wait, well over 1 million people, and then 1 million people got over level 20. Well over 1 million. What is well over 1 million? Like 1.3 million? When someone says well over something, what are we talking about here? 1.1, 1.2, is 1.3 well over? I mean, if most people... Fuck, man. Windows goddamn bullshit. $70 game, right? It was $70 to get in times 1 million. No shit. They made 70 million. Bro, how many people honestly got the fucking KFC shit? Bro, we're going with 1 million. He said well over 1 million. He said well over 1 million. I'm accounting for, let's say the well over are the people who bought KFC. They still made a shit ton of money off of people just pre-ordering the game. Don't fucking NA math me, bitch, okay? I just did the calculation just cause you fuck, alright? Remember that game we played with the mental math? I shit on all of you. Suck my balls. I don't have final numbers, but well over 1 million people. I have VOD proof. I mean, shit. Are there any restrictions on numbers next weekend? No. Yeah, next weekend it'll be interesting to see how many people are playing. I tried to play on Friday. Oh, true. That's the other thing to take into consideration. They were able to fix the queue, even though this is the Diablo 3 was only on PC. This was D4 that launched on console and PC at the same time. Everybody goes through the same queue. And they fixed the server issues, so I guess so. Are there any restrictions numbers for next weekend? I tried to play on Friday and couldn't because of long queues, blah, blah, blah. It makes me wonder what people's expectation would be about queuing when the game comes out. Is there an expectation that queues be a thing that we have to deal with? Okay, whatever. Let's get into the meat. Is there anything you're worried about in this regard with the open beta coming up? All right, queues. Couch co-op, no one gives a fuck. All right, no one cares. Couch gamers. Okay, this is interesting. One other bit of feedback I saw, and this came from a few people, was they're not being overly enamored with dungeon design. Yeah, this was the biggest criticism. That just seemed to be that dungeons were too big and involved backtracking to grab keys and unlock doors and so on. Is this something you've seen, and are you taking a look at it? We have seen it, yeah, there's a few elements there. There's some players who we added the ability to teleport out of dungeons via the UI, and some players don't realize that exists. But certainly there were cases within the dungeon where you're going to get a key and then you're going somewhere else. We don't want players to be running through an empty dungeon in cases where you're going to get a key and you're running back through an area. There should be enemies that are showing up to refresh that. It is a goal of ours that you're not running through an empty dungeon basically ever. It can be okay for very short periods of time. But when you think about dungeons overall, and there are well over 100 dungeons in the game, how many dungeons There were like 35 in the beta. And in the beta, of course, you're only seeing the dungeons that exist in the Fractured Peaks, which is about 20% of the overworld. One of the design decisions we made is we wanted the dungeons, an individual dungeon, to have certain properties about it that were consistent and tied to that dungeon at the place in the world. So that when you go into a dungeon, it's not just a drawing out of a raffle. All the elements, there are some things that are consistent. People's biggest concerns are the objectives in the dungeons and the layout of the dungeons. And the way that we want players to approach that as they're leveling up is to look at it as, I want to do each of these different dungeons. And that's incentivized. I mean, I will say, after doing the dungeons, I was like, I want to do Inarius's dungeon at the cathedral the most, because that was the coolest looking tile set. And that's incentivized through things like the Codex of Power and the Renown system that gives you a sort of checklist for all the dungeons you can do. And then when you get into the end game, after you've completed the campaign and you get access to the Nightmare dungeon system, wasn't there a vendor that sold mats to upgrade dungeons? I remember seeing it. I forgot what they were called. We have the we have the sigils that modify dungeons in really cool ways, which with buffs and nerfs, and those dramatically modify the dungeon. But because the dungeons are designed with some properties to start with, you can get a sigil for a dungeon and have some context for what that means. I feel like this isn't saying much. That's all known. People are seeing dungeons at the baseline level. It'll be interesting, the feedback once people get to experience what it means to go through sigils and get to see now there's more monsters. Now they have a different ability. Now you're being debuffed this way and they're being buffed that way. I don't think it's the mobs, it's the design of the dungeons. People are annoyed at the objectives. Go left and get some shit to go to the middle to put on a pedestal. Go right, get some shit to put, and then come back to the middle and put some shit on a pedestal. That's what people are talking about. Or it's like always left, right, center, or forward, back, forward again. It's not the mobs. It's not the affixes that will be added or the monster density. It's the layout. It's the blueprint of the dungeons people are finding weird. Another thing I've seen feedback on is around the relative power of the classes currently in the game, and I know they're not all there yet. The Druid and Necromancer are being added. The more I look at this shit, I think Druid, honestly, Druid is going to be fucking cool, but Necromancer, I really want to do some blood magic shit. I've seen people say the game is easier as a sorcerer with range abilities than it is as a barbarian. And the rogue is somewhere in between. I have to go to true. Okay, we've heard all this. Whenever we make changes to the game, it affects the balance. So balance is a continual progression. And in particular, this beta, in addition to the technical aspects that Rod was talking about, is an opportunity for us to look at balance in the wild and make improvements. So certainly there are things like Hammer of the Ancients is a little bit underpowered and Frost Sorcerers are pretty strong. Arcalash is a little weak. There's a few things like that, but in general, there are no classes that are only for the really skilled people. When you see that campfire line up, it's not just mechanics that you're choosing, it's also the class fantasy. Is it true that barbarians, you don't get access to a specialization at level 25? Or do you get a specialization? What is the barbarian specialization? You get it on level 1. It's an act 2. What is weapon mastery? I didn't play Barb at all. Level 50, no specializations in the beta. Why are you guys saying different things? When you hit fucking I and press the specializations tab as a rogue, I had access to 2 of 3. When you go as a barbarian, hit I and go to specialization, what does it say? And then what the fuck is it? It's Act 2, you get to pick your favorite weapon. The quest for it was locked in a zone we couldn't access. So what does weapon mastery do? You get bonuses to weapon types with weapon mastery at level 15. And you can select to have a permanent weapon bonus no matter which weapon you are using, plus the weapon bonus you are using. But then Stract is saying barbarians and druids don't get their specializations at 15 because you need to travel to another act. So what? I feel like for Rogue, the specialization was good, but it wasn't a defining factor. Like, Inner Sight is nice, combo points are nice, but when I got magic on my moves, that was the defining moment for the Rogue. But who knows, maybe Barbarian, maybe when you're a little higher level and you actually get the specialization, it's literally class defining. Okay, but in general, blah, 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 you're not good enough. We absolutely don't want this to be the case. Okay, they want all the classes to be accessible. If you're a fucking noob or you're an ARPG pro, if that exists. The way that we approach it is that we make sure that for each class, there are builds that are accessible for players, and then there are builds or styles of play. And you mentioned the Rogue. The melee Rogue is more challenging to play than a ranged Rogue. My melee Rogue was insane. And within the melee Rogue, you can get into like, all right, well, I want to build where I shadow dash through an enemy, and I blade twist and try to get the blades to go through as many enemies as possible. There's a lot of opportunity for a high skill cap there. Certainly a Rogue and melee Rogue presents lots of additional opportunities because it is a more dodge-based class, expecting more use of evade. But our overarching goal is the players can embrace the fantasy of it, and then they can lean into the playstyles that they want. I mean, that's the other thing, dude. Like, you compare it to any other ARPG you play. I mean, it's so hard to fully judge this game because an ARPG at the end of Act 1 compared to when you're gearing at the highest level is night and day. Even an MMO. Like, imagine being level 25 in WoW compared to being level 60. Level 25 in PoE compared to max level, it's like not even the same game. So it's like kind of difficult. Even Lost Ark. Level 25 Lost Ark, you're like a fuck. And then max level, you're doing crazy shit. And then don't you get like your awakening or some shit in Lost Ark later? The thing that can't I forgot what it was called. Was it called Awakening? The thing that can't be overlooked either is you're only getting to play the first 25 levels, and the classes don't stay balanced with every level change. I think a lot of people it's because they're not saying anything about what exactly you will unlock further in the levels. So people are just like expecting this is how the class plays. Like, this is just like this is it. But they're not giving any information on how what you're gonna unlock to enhance your class further. Other than obviously gear upgrades and specialization. The Barbarian is a really great example because the Barbarian has the most weapons of any character, and because of that, they have the most equipment slots of any character, which means that they could have the most legendary affixes. So once you get oh my god, I didn't think about that. Holy shit. Jesus. I didn't think about that. Barbarians can get an aspect on every fucking weapon. And then you have all the same gear as all the other classes. Holy shit. That's actually kind of sick. You're going to have 4 Legis. Which means that they could have the most legendary affixes. So once you get all legendaries, the Barbarian can be super strong because it's got 2 extra legendary affixes that other characters don't have. But you're not going to get legendaries until mainly beyond 25 and above. That's not true, because the beta, everybody was fucking dripping in Legis. Same thing with the Sorcerers. They have the 2... I don't know, anyone play... Who here played Barb insanely and got Legis in all slots? Did you feel way more buff? True, they could have buffed Magic Find in the beta. All right, none of you guys have proof of that, but sure, I don't see why they... Sure, let's pretend they did. Was it insane at level 25? You know what this reminds me of? You know, like when you play an MMO and it's like, oh, this class sucks. Or this class is good, it's just really gear dependent. Barbarian sounds like it's the most gear dependent. But when you play a fucking two-handed class in an ARPG, you expect to shit on everything early game. Yeah, like playing a Fury Warrior, it's so gear dependent. This seems like Barbs are so fucking gear dependent. Which means it takes a little more time for them to pop off. Check out Alkazer's Bob Whirlwind build. Is it on YouTube? Did he like with this much setup? Is this it? First dungeon trying Whirlwind. I don't know if this is it.
I think it actually might be better than I thought it was gonna be. Let me try it on the boss though. Yeah, it's actually kind of good. Like I would say this.
Do barbs have like shouts? These look like 2 shout buffs or something.
Kind of good.
I'm not ready yet.
It's got some giga clear. Oh shit! Log in.
Okay, whirlwind. Oh, it was 2 buffs.
Ramping. I'm actually just.
Dude, he's fucking owning him.
Get fucked.
I mean,
spawn on him.
Dude, the butcher didn't even know what he was spawning into. Well, shit. He just spun all over that dude. Easy. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Alkazer's the type of dude who would probably have... He has all legendaries and has, like, a good base of where he's going with his stats. I wouldn't say boring to play. I bet this is level 25 Whirlwind, and then at max level, when you get insane attack speed and all that shit, I bet your Whirlwind is so fucking fast. The thing... Wait, did we read this? Oh, the thing that can't... is you're only going to play the first 20... Oh, yeah. So once you get all legendaries, the Barbarian can be... Okay, same thing with the Sorcerers. They have the 2 enchantment slots. That means that you can have the most skills of any class. I didn't get to that. Wait, they have 2 enchantment slots? I didn't see that. I think it's kind of cool how different the classes are then. I didn't know that. Like, Barb gets all the weapons. Sorcerers get 2 enchantment slots. Level 15 passive abilities. That's actually kind of sick. And for example, the Druid specialization happens in Skosglen, which won't be in the upcoming open beta. So you're going to play to 25 levels without ever being attuned to the animal spirits, which is really important to what the Druid feels like. Whoa. So the notion of... Yeah, I think the specializations are kind of sick because it really... like the class identity really comes out. Like, I'm curious about the Necromancer specialization. So the notion of, yes, there are individual skills that need tweaking. There's also this notion about they each come into their own over a period of time. So to say, oh, it's much harder as a barbarian in lower levels is true, but when you're level 40 as a barb, you might be one of the strongest classes because of the additional 2 extra aspects, legendary fixes you can have. I don't know if that's saying much just because people have already got to the 2 extra aspects in the beta at 25. That was the end. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see where he's coming from here, you know. That's the biggest takeaway. Like, if something felt weak, some classes just scale better early game, whereas others just take time to come into their class identity more. Rogue has 3. I don't know what the 3rd specialization is for rogues. I have no idea if it's any good. Yeah, they really did dodge the dungeon criticism. I'll be honest, I didn't mind the dungeons as much as everybody else's criticism, but I don't disagree. I wasn't like, wow, why the fuck is this constantly the same shit? I didn't get that feeling. I was more looking at the tile layout and noticed almost every dungeon I went into seemed different in terms of look, but the objectives were the same.